In our first story, the opposition National Democratic Congress is demanding a probe into the alleged brutality of my colleague, journalist Latif Iddris, in the line of duty last week. He was assaulted at the CID headquarters while covering the arrest of embattled Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Koku Anyidoho. The NDC executives who visited Latif Iddris in his home included second vice chairperson of the party, Madam Betty Moldi Idrisu, Kofi Adams, and legal team member Kojogan Dawudu. Here are the highlights of the visits.
I want to assure you that the NDC will do everything in its power to mitigate and bring to the attention of the general public that such actions, such assaults, such brutalities, in the course of work especially, and in the course of lawful demonstration, should not be allowed to exist.
We went to the Senate Hospital at Osu, and the doctor there asked for the x-ray that I had taken at the private facility. So I had to get back to Lighthouse and pick the x-ray, send it back. It was examined. Then the doctor there said the bone at the back of my neck has twisted. So he gave me some medications and then prescribed that I wear the collar to protect the neck.
And this duty that has been imposed on them, media, and they go to assignment to bring and inform us of happenings, people who have sworn oath to protect us and protect our properties will unleash, their venom on this journalist. I think that it's far too long. It's been happening in our democracy with the pedestal or where we've gotten to Ghana as a democratic society. This thing should be a thing of the past. This case should be a test case that we will reform our institution. Our stakeholders will say never again.
Listening to Latif's report now even is more shocking, because originally I thought it was just a one-off incident. But clearly it was well planned, calculated, and orchestrated. That to pull him further into the yard and use a yard that should have served as a protection for people rather to molest him is uncalled for. And I think that the IGP and the leadership of Ghana Police Service must investigate this matter and appropriately punish and make sure it doesn't happen again.
The municipal and district chief executives in the Upper West region have signed performance contracts in accordance with the implementation of the local government service performance management system, all in a bid to improve service delivery in their respective jurisdictions. Acting Upper West Regional Minister Amidu Chania Isahaku explained that the objective of the performance management contract is to lead to improve living standards of the people and improve service delivery. JoyNews Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
4 municipal chief executives and their coordinating directors were joined by 7 district chief executives and their coordinating directors in the Upper West region to sign the performance contract. The signing of the contract is in accordance with the implementation of the local government service performance management system to improve service delivery in metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies, and also ensure the success of certain specific projects at the assemblies. A number of key performance areas are identified based on the mandate of the councils. For each performance area, there are a number of deliverables or what is termed as key performance areas. Marks are allocated for the key indicators at the end of each contract period, which spans between January and December. Acting Upper West Regional Minister Amidu Chania Isahaku, who is also the review officer urged the staff of the Regional Coordinating Council and the assemblies to be actively involved in the absolute execution of the contracts.
The RCC will heighten its monitoring, coordinating, and backstopping functions. We wish to call on the MDCDs and their MDCEs to establish trust among themselves and effectively collaborate with the RCC so that together we will improve on service delivery to the people of the Upper West region.
Amidu Chine Isako explained that the objective of the performance management, be it performance contract or performance appraisal, is to lead to improved living standards of the people through an improved service delivery. He expressed concern over the indifferent attitude of some assemblies in the region in working to complete their medium-term development plans.
The recent monitoring of the RCC monitoring team indicates that some assemblies have not even reached 50% completion level after over a year of commencement. The indication is that in most cases, the leadership of the assemblies are reluctant to release resources. Such leadership, therefore, is treading on dangerous grounds because you are making your assemblies to operate without any focus.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam.
Resources allocated to prison authorities by central government are insufficient to run the affairs of these prisons. With 1 cedi 80 pesos daily allocation, prison authorities are expected to provide 3 square meals a day for inmates. Well, the WA Central Prison, just like other facilities, also depend on the benevolence of NGOs and other donors. One of such organizations is the WA Catholic Diocese Women Association, which donated assorted food items worth some 5,000 Ghana cedis as part of the celebration of Easter. Rafik Salam again reports.
The WA prison in the next couple of years will be celebrating its centenary. It was constructed to house less than 100 inmates, but today it is a home for over 250 persons. All the 10 cells in this prison, including the storeroom, converted into a cell, are always full to the brim. Inmates are packed like sardines and hardly can one get a space to walk. Most of the inmates are not registered with the National Health Insurance Scheme, and the situation has been compounded by the failure of authorities to supply them with first aid drugs for the past few years. Prison officers are forced to dip into their own pocket and buy drugs for inmates here. Concerned about the plight of the inmates, members of the WA Catholic Diocese Women Association on Easter Monday donated assorted food items to the WA prison worth 5,000 Ghana cedis. Station welfare officer in charge of reception at the WA prison, ASP Ben Aderi, thanked the association for the kind gesture, adding that it will go a long way to ease some challenges they are grappling with.
These things are going to complement to the little that we have been giving them. In fact, we all know that the resources are not enough. So that is the challenge. But, you know, it is a national cake. And then, you know, that is what is voted for the prisoners. So definitely, of course, we are facing challenges on that. And I believe that this one is going to augment the food that we provide them.
For JoyNews, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Down south, the Ghana Immigration Service at the Kotoka International Airport says it has tightened security checks at the airport to address smuggling and child trafficking. The service believes that the collaboration with other security agencies across the country could help curb the illegal activities. The commander of the Immigration Service at the Kotoka International Airport, DCOI Eric Afari, spoke to JoyNews after a walk and donation to the Christ Faith Foster Home.
The group, as part of the Easter celebration, supported the Christ Faith Foster Home with food items and other assorted items.
I'm sure will last for the next 6 months. And when it gets exhausted, I'm sure we'll be here to replenish. So the items we have are to the tune of 6,000 Ghana cedis.
The gesture is part of a grand plan by the service to adopt a home and offer assistance to them. DCOI Erica Fari is commander of the Immigration Service at the Kotoka International Airport Command.
It's important that the sacrifice that our Lord Jesus Christ exemplified be replicated. And so we decided to adopt this home and then be able to bring some joy into them. So we are going to do a charity donation to this foster home today.
He further revealed the service has tightened security at the airport to deal with issues of smuggling and human trafficking.
We have very stringent rules and regulations at the airport when it comes to passenger clearance. And I'm sure that having realized that it's difficult to be able to circumvent the process, they have decided to divert their route mainly to the land frontiers. We all know the situation of the land frontiers. So Kotoka has a very stringent security check and screening that makes it very difficult for anybody to traffic anybody.
Kofi Eduboahin is director of the Christ Faith Foster Home.
And when they have needs, they come here directly and talk to us. Then we also inform the social welfare about it. And then the social welfare will give us a clearance as to whether the children should be accepted or not. So it comes from the public. Sometimes the information comes from the social welfare or wherever. But at the end of the day, social welfare has to be told that these children are coming because they have this and that need and they ought to be helped.
For more than 5 years, a mother lived in a state of denial after doctors told her that her second child had autism. Olivia Bafuewa describes that day as one of the darkest days in her life. But with support from family, that daughter, Mame Bema Bafuewa, is now 15 and gifted too. JoyNews Beryl and Estina Richter visited Mame Bema at the Hope Setters Autism Center in Tema and has filed this report.
Autism spectrum disorders may significantly limit the capacity of an individual to conduct daily activities and participate in society. It may often also negatively influence the person's educational and social attainments as well as employment opportunities. But 15-year-old Mame Bema is changing the narrative about children with autism. She is a model and a global icon for the Autism Aid app. Mame Bema's mother, Olivia Bafuewa, says the family identified her daughter's skills at an early age and gave her the necessary support.
As early as possible, we realized she was a special child. We were just planning and hoping that she will be independent. And now, by God's grace, I think she has found it. She can photo model, she can bead, and she does hair. She hasn't got the fine motor skills, but she does it to the best of her ability.
Children with autism struggle to socialize, but Olivia says enrolling her daughter at a mainstream school impacted her development positively.
She was around 4 when she started Tema Parents. There was a lot of improvements in the social behavior and speech.
Olivia recounts the journey has not been easy, confessing she lived in a state of denial for more than 5 years.
I was like, it affects one in so many children. Why did it pick Bema? Why did it pick me?
Unlike Mame Bema, Iddris Abadamtewa Akwa is 12 years and has been getting formal education at the Epicenter Special School in Gbawi. Iddris is also autistic. Iddris' teacher says she has potentials. Meanwhile, head of Department of Child Health at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Professor Ebenezer Bedu, is urging parents to look out for some early signs of the condition.
Children who are on autistic spectrum, the cuddling, for instance, may be difficult. You may realize your child does not like cuddling, for instance. That's simple, basic. You may notice that child doesn't really enjoy it. Though, from my experience, mothers have always said their children loved cuddles. But another common and almost universal problem is lack of pointing. From my experience, when I've asked mothers whether your child points, they always say no.
Before age 2?
Yes. So normally, around 12, 13 months, your child should indicate in a way or point to something. Then around 18 months, another type of pointing occurs where the child points to something of interest but also gets mother's attention. That we call proto-declarative pointing.
He also hopes more people will be trained in skilled and speech therapy to assist autistic children.
Whether we like it or not, we have a number of children who have needs. We need to plan. We need to double and triple skilled speech therapists, especially those who deal with autistic spectrum disorders.
Founder of Hope Setters Autism Center, Baba Angel, wants a partnership with the government to give these children with special needs the best education and care they can get. World Autism Awareness Day was designated by the United Nations in 2007 in an effort to end stigmatization and discrimination against those with autism. This year's celebration is on the theme Empowering Women and Girls with Autism. Mami Bema and her mother's story depicts the strength in support and how that can change the narrative. For JoyNews, Beryl Ernestina Richta.
And that's why we take a break. We'll be back with a review of the newspapers. Myself, Mama Vio Uswabwaje. Do stay on. We'll be right back.